Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Wagner Nolasco from B2R Direct. Today, I have my amazing friend, William Frederick Schultz. My friend, welcome.
Hi, guys.
So today we have a special topic. We want to talk to you guys and girls about what happened during Hurricane Ian. Bill Schultz, he runs an insurance company in the state of Florida. He is authorized and licensed by American Integrity to actually provide quotes and insurance and coverages to residential properties. We work together on this. So we just wanted to bring you some updates. What happened during the hurricane? Can we get insurance? What is going to be the prices? What areas are actually in difficulty? But Bill, without further ado, tell us and our friends and clients what happened, what's going on in the insurance world after Hurricane Ian hit us.
Absolutely. Well, on Wednesday at 3 p.m., we had a nuclear bomb that hit an 8-mile long island off the west coast of Florida called Hurricane Ian. It landed with 155-mile-an-hour winds, and Florida was changed forever. Ian was only in Florida for 20 hours. Hard to believe. It went through 8 states, northeast, from Cayo Costa, just off of Fort Myers, straight up to Cape Canaveral, where it exited into the Atlantic Ocean at 11 a.m. on Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, only 20 hours, and it did so much damage. And we're still feeling it because of the flooding.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
the St. Johns River is 30 feet above its normal level for this time of year.
So yeah, that sounds scary, and it is scary. We're very sympathetic, and we're praying for the people that actually got direct affected by the hurricane. Thank God, Central Florida is one of those places that we haven't. So we still haven't forgotten. A lot of lives were lost, but thank God, we're okay. Our families are okay. Our investors' properties are okay. And we're starting to rebuild. So, Bill, tell us a little bit about the areas. What have you found on the coverage areas that we have with American Integrity as far as insurance? What happened?
Right. Well, American Integrity, interestingly, something you need to know about the state of Florida, first of all, that Orlando is one of the safest places to be during a hurricane.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the reason why Walt Disney located Disney World here after looking at, as you pointed out, Fort Worth, Texas, Western Broward County, and several other areas, including
Right.
New Orleans. He finally settled on this place, largely because very few hurricanes have gotten here.
Yep.
By the time it gets inland, a hurricane turns into a tropical storm with winds of below 74 miles an hour. Because over 74, it's a hurricane.
It's a hurricane,
Below
yes.
74, it's a tropical storm. And by the time it got to Celebration, where I live, or Montverde, where you live, it was about 50
Right.
to 65 miles an hour. The big problem was rain and wind, and it knocked down a lot of trees, which brings down power lines, and you lose traffic lights. And the other thing is, the other property we have is in Brevard County.
Brevard, yes.
And you mentioned something to me that I didn't know. Share that with our customers.
So basically, I'm not a very informed guy in geography or whatnot, but NASA selected Cape Canaveral for its facilities because for some reason geographically, that area on the Atlantic hardly gets any hit from hurricanes. And by the way, Palm Bay, Melbourne, where we built, and I have property there as well, over 100 years we haven't had a direct hit. And because of that, actually, our properties have not received any flooding. Something important, Bill, that I wanted you to mention as well, it's about the flood zone. What does that mean to FEMA, right? Because when you think about a hurricane, you think about the high winds and you think about the damage, but usually that's not what actually caused the most harm and actually loss of life. It's usually floods, right?
That's exactly right.
So tell us a little bit about flooding. How does that work with the insurance world, and how is the coverage, and what is Flood Zone X, for the insurance world overall?
Right. Without going into too much detail right now, you have to get each location in Florida, actually every state, but particularly in Florida that we're talking about now, is rated based on the flood zone. What are the probabilities that it will flood during a hurricane
Right.
or a tropical storm? Because when you're inland, they're no longer hurricanes, they're tropical storms.
Correct.
And based on the rating for that particular location, that's what the insurance companies use to figure out how much they're going to charge you for your flood coverage. Now, there's one other thing. Citizens is the name of an insurance company that's owned by the state of Florida. It's now the largest insurance company
It is.
in the state. It is the place where everybody goes when they can't get flood insurance. It's owned by the state, it's operated by the state, and it is a last resort. But you have to be turned down. If it's $1 million property, you have to be turned down by at least one insurance company.
To qualify.
If below, exactly, to qualify. And if it's less than $1 million, you have to be turned down by 3 insurance companies. And if that happens, then you can go to Citizens and say, I can't get flood insurance. They will cover you right away.
Let me just tell you a little bit about my personal experience with flood insurance. Believe it or not, I've been living in Florida, well, for a long time. And I don't have flood insurance in any of my properties. And when we're going back to the flood zone is we only build and we only buy and we only recommend our clients to buy on flood zone X. What is flood zone X? It's one of the safest, highest grounds you can actually build upon so you can have a more secure. I don't buy flood insurance because they're expensive. And, you know, knocking on wood, none of our houses actually got affected because of flooding because we're actually built on a flood zone X. Our pads are higher. So that means that, you know, even if it rains a lot, our drainage plans and our actually flood zone schedule is safe. That's the most important. Bill, let's talk about what do you need to do to get insurance usually approved, and how does the new construction compares with the old? Because I was reading a lot and really talking to a lot of friends. I have friends in Fort Myers and Punta Gorda, and a lot of the destruction really happened on older homes, right? So are they more expensive to insure? What usually happens on old homes or new homes that are up to code?
Right. Well, the difference in the construction for the roof is enormous. They have now come up with clips, certain things that attach the roof to the house that are virtually, nothing is completely hurricane proof.
Right.
We've already seen that if Ian hits you with 155 mile an hour winds, you can have the safest house in the world and you're going to have nothing left but a slab after 155 mile an hour winds. But under normal conditions, if you're living in an area not right on the coast where the 155 mile an hour winds hit, the construction now, the new construction is so much improved over the old one that the roofs survive hurricanes and tropical winds, tropical storm winds. Exactly.
Yeah, and just to let you know, in Palm Bay, we use high impact glass, which is actually what we call hurricane proof glass. So up to, if I'm not mistaken, 135, 140 miles an hour, it is actually protected. So it's a very thick glass that actually, you know, protects a lot of the property. So you don't have to put shutters in the properties. Not in Ocala. In Marion County, we don't have to because it's so inland. But most important, what I have to tell you is this. If you have an old property and you need insurance, that's a problem because your insurance is going to cost between 60-70% more than a new house, and you're going to need a 4-point inspection. You're going to need a licensed inspector approved by the state of Florida to provide the insurance company a piece of paper, basically a report saying this house is safe, this house has no roof damage, this is the construction type. So this is why the quality of the construction, the type of windows, the type of doors, the type of roof system that you put it on, the building code is so important for insurance.
And the location.
And of course the location. So once again, knock it on wood, thank God none of our houses got affected. But most important, what I want to tell you guys is, why do we actually do this video? Is because people have been calling us, sending us email. They're afraid of not being able to obtain insurance on a new construction. What's happening in Florida? I can guarantee you guys can come down. You can really watch this video, and I'm here. We're working, letting you know firsthand that this is actually not a problem in the areas we select to build because we're up to code. We build new construction homes on a flood zone, which is X, and you'll be safe and sound. Hopefully, only God knows that, but at least you're going to be able to insure the property, make sure your cash flow keeps strong, and that your property won't incur a lot of damages. So,
and our 2 development locations were just tested by tropical storm Ian, because as soon as it left the coast, it became a tropical storm.
And that's it. So if you're one of our clients, you know we have a portal for updates in which every 15th of the month I do videos on site. So I'm actually getting all the reports back right now on our properties. We're going to compile everything with pictures and videos. We're going to share with you on our client portal basis if you are one of our clients. Bill, thank you so much for being here today, my brother. You're great. If you have any questions about insurance, write it to us on the comments below on YouTube or Instagram. Let us know how can we help, and we're here for you 24 hours a day through email, chat. One of our professionals here is going to call you back and really give you that attention you deserve. Thank you very much. Be safe. Make sure you guys actually select the right location once again to purchase. So that cash flow.
Central Florida.
Central Florida is number one. That's why now people are moving from the coasts inland. We have received a lot of calls of clients, even on our investment properties, that they're actually looking to acquire properties because they don't want to live on the coast anymore.
And remember, if you want to go to the beach, it's only 90 miles to Clearwater Beach from here and 60 miles to Cocoa Beach.
It is about an hour. It's less than an hour.
That's
so, yeah, the location is fantastic. Thank you, guys and girls. Be safe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have an amazing day. Thank you, Bill. Have a great day, my friend.
Thank you, Wagner.
Take care, buddy.
Okay. Way to go, Fred.
Thank
Way
you,
to
brother.
go. Way to go.